Hi, this is Madeline and I am doing Open Book with Milky.
My name's Megan White and I'm doing Open Book with Milky.
Hi, I'm Sarah Street and this is Open Book with Milky.
Hi, I'm Michael Earp and this is Open Book with Milky.
Hello, I'm Kell Woods and this is Open Book with Milky.
G'day, this is Tia Napa for Open Book with Milky.
What's your most anticipated read?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I just finished The Crimson Moth and I know the second one's not even out yet and I must have it immediately now.
Your favourite read of the year so far?
Crimson Moth. Isn't that such a boring answer?
Of all your books, which would you like to live in or experience?
I would probably rather live in The Assassin Thief because there's a period before shit hits the fan, but I want to be a wayside character and be respawned across the country.
Your favourite character to write for?
In book 1, Tellium. In book 2, I can't tell you because spoilers.
An author who should be on our radar?
Megan White.
What's your current read?
My current read, I'm actually not currently reading anything because I'm doing edits, but I do intend to pick up Iron Flame.
That was going to be our next question. What's your next read?
My next read.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Ooh, the Throne of Glass series.
Your favourite genre?
Fantasy.
Your favourite trope?
Enemies to lovers.
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
The Inheritance series, so Aragon.
Your favourite book or series when you were a teenager?
Fallen by Lauren Kate.
Your favourite book or series now?
The Demon Chronicles by Peter V. Brett.
A book you would suggest everyone reads or a book you recommend?
Lord of the Fading Lands by C.L. Wilson.
A literary character you absolutely adore?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Saphira from Aragon.
A singer or composer you would love to see soundtrack or score one of your books?
Hosier.
That's good. Your favourite classic?
Classic book? I don't read classics. Macbeth.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Jacob, every day.
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
Ooh, I'm a mood reader, so I generally don't go into slumps because I'll just pick up whatever I feel like reading.
Favourite line you've ever written?
Come dance with me, I will drag your soul to the underrealm.
Favourite scene you've written?
Ooh, the scene where the slow burn finally starts to burn in book 3.
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
Ooh, we were just talking, me and Megan White, about doing a crossover. I would love to see Telly or one of the other characters camo in her books.
If you could be transported into a book, which would you choose?
Ooh, I think I'd want to be transported into a cozy fantasy, like Legends and Lattes, like something soft.
What book are you working on at the moment?
So I am finishing up the edits for book 3. Depending on when this comes out, I don't know if I can tell you the title. You might have to edit that out. And then I am meant to be working on a new work in progress, which is like early days. I don't have a title. I just have like vibes.
Well, for your next project, if you could use 3 words to describe or sum it up, what would they be?
3 words. It would be dark, romanticy, mafia.
What's your most anticipated read?
I really want to read The Will of the Many.
Your favourite read of the year so far?
Oh, Morning Star by Pierce Brown, definitely.
What scene would you like to experience the most in your book?
Oh, I think I'd like to be there to witness like the end, big scene at the end where, you know, people make choices that I wouldn't necessarily make.
Your favourite character to write for?
My favourite character is Katerina. She's the main female character in the book. Yeah.
An author who should be on our radar?
The new author by New Dawn is Maria Linwood.
What's your current read?
Current read is After the Forest, Kell Woods.
What's your next read?
Ooh, I would love to read, I don't know. I think it should be her arc. So it's Mistress of Amber and Flame. That's my next one.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Throne of Glass.
Your favourite genre?
Epic fantasy.
Your favourite trope?
I love a found family.
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
Ooh, I was like a Magic Faraway Tree girl. Like that's really child, yeah.
Your favourite book or series when you were a teenager?
Ranger's Apprentice, John Flanagan.
Your favourite book or series now?
It would have to be the Red Rising series, yeah.
A book you would suggest everyone reads or a book you recommend?
I think you should probably read The Hobbit, yeah.
A literary character you absolutely adore or love?
I'm a Six of Crows, Kaz Brecker, love Kaz Brecker.
A singer or composer you would love to see soundtrack or score your...
Hans Zimmer for sure. Or I love this composer, is it Greenbaum? I don't know, maybe it's like a Matilda decomposition or something. It's really cool. But hey.
Your favourite classic?
Pride and Prejudice, 100%.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Can I opt for neither? Is that terrible? No. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like Jacob's a bit desperate. So, but I don't. Nah. Can I do the Cullen dad? Yeah, Carlisle. Yeah.
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
I have to finish the book that's put me in the slump. Like I can't DNF it, and then I just will pick something that's easy and fun, and a bit lighter. Yeah.
Favourite line you've written?
It is our bodies that bring you into this world and may remove you from it, so you'd best reevaluate your place in it.
Favourite scene you've written?
There's a scene where the female main character like triages this whole like big crowd of people, and that's really fun to triage patients. Yeah.
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
Absolutely. We were talking about it in the Assassin Thief trilogy, yeah.
If you could be transported into a book, which would you choose?
I would want to go into a big space opera-y, Star Wars-y kind of. It's so dumb. I love it.
What book are you working on at the moment?
Oh, I'm in between things. So I'm on edits for book 2 of Teos, but I've started a new work in progress as well. Yeah.
Book 2, if you could use 3 words to describe it or sum it up, like what would they be? Maybe describe it.
For the new one or for... Okay, like Bronze Age, Arabian, Australian twist, botanicals kind of thing. That was way too many words, but I hope that gives a vibe.
What's your most anticipated read?
After the Forest by Kell Woods.
Your favourite read of the year so far?
I want to say Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller.
Of all your books, which would you like to live in or experience?
They're both set in the same world, but I'm going to say of Sea of Wolves because it's just a little more fun.
Your favourite character to write for?
Definitely Gold.
An author who should be on our radar?
Ooh, I think Vanessa Le, she's the author of The Last Blood cover.
What's your current read?
Ministry of Time.
What's your next read?
Oh, it's going to be so hard to choose. Animal by Lisa Taddeo, yeah.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
I think this will be my answer for a lot of questions, but this is How You Lose the Time War.
Your favourite genre?
Fantasy.
Your favourite trope?
I like forced proximity. That's
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
Ooh, Warrior Cats by Erin Hunter.
Your favourite book or series when you were a teenager?
Probably The Hunger Games, yeah.
Your favourite book or series now?
Oh, my favourite book, This Is How You Lose the Time War, yeah.
A book you would suggest everyone reads or a book you recommend?
Ooh, I think A Psalm for the Wild Built. Yeah, that's it.
A literary character you absolutely adore or love?
Oh, so many. I want to say classic like Lizzie Bennet. Yeah.
A singer or composer you would love to see soundtrack or score your books?
Hosea, 100% Hosea.
Your favourite classic?
Ooh. Can I want to say like Shakespeare. Is that a classic? No. Just Romeo and Juliet.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Team Jacob all the way.
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
I think I like to read a contemporary romance. I think those are really easy to get into.
Favorite line you've written?
Oh my god, that's so hard. I like, there's a little quote from A Sea of Wolves. It's like, sailors tell legends and pirates become them.
Favorite scene you've written?
I like writing my little kissing scenes.
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
Ooh. I want to say like Our Flag Means Death, because that's pirates and pirates, yeah.
If you could be transported into any book, which would you choose?
Maybe Outlander, because I just love Scotland. I want to go, yeah.
What book are you working on at the moment?
It is a adult fantasy, like more high fantasy, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
If you could use 3 words to describe or sum it up, what would they be?
Dark, gods, murky. It's very, yeah, there you go.
What's your most anticipated read?
Jandy Nelson's first book in 10 years. I can't wait for it.
Or your favourite read of the year so far?
The Desert Knows Her Name by Leah Hills.
Of all your books, which would you like to live in or experience?
Everything Under the Moon.
Or your favourite character to write for?
Oh, that was probably Leaf in Avast.
An author who should be on our radar?
Oh, I just read Kell Woods' book this week and it was incredible.
What's your current read?
I just started a book that's coming out in October called All the Bees in the Hollows.
What's your next read?
After that, oh goodness, I can't wait to get my teeth stuck into A Sea of Wolves.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Tender Morsels by Margot Lanigan.
Your favourite genre?
Magic realism.
Your favourite trope?
I'm not really a tropey kind of person.
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
Narnia.
Your favourite book or series when you were a teenager?
Tomorrow When the War Began.
Your favourite book or series now?
Now? Oh goodness. Probably the Earthsea from Ursula Le Guin.
A book you would suggest everyone reads or a book you recommend?
This is How It Feels to Float by Helena Fox.
A literary character you absolutely adore or love?
Oh, my goodness. No, my brain is shut down. The main character from I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson.
Singer or composer you would love to see soundtrack or score your books?
Tori Amos, All Day, Every Day.
Your favourite classic?
Well, probably Earthsea, The Wizard of Earthsea.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh, probably Jacob. Edward's a creep.
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
I do a TBR death match where I read the first 30 pages of a bunch of books and then I go back to the ones that I want.
Favourite line you've ever written?
Oh, no, I can't think of anything I've written off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Favourite scene you've written?
Oh, I wrote a really steamy sex scene for Avast, but it ended up being cut, so it will end up on my Patreon.
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
Oh, well, I've been talking about gay pirates all day with Sarah Street, so yeah, gay pirates all the way.
If you could be transported into a book, which would you choose?
Transported into a book. I mean, I'd love to visit Narnia, I think, from my childhood. That's probably a classic. Yeah.
What book are you working on at the moment?
I'm working on a memoir, which is so different to everything else that I normally read or write, so.
And if you could use 3 words to describe it or sum it up, what would they be?
The memoir, road trip, Tori Amos, and domestic abuse.
What's your most anticipated read?
Can we come back to that one? I still don't have one.
Your favourite read of the year so far?
Well, I'm going to be honest and say I finally read the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas, and I've entered my fairy romantasy era of my life, which is pretty fun.
From your book After the Forest, what scene would you like to live in or experience?
Probably the scene where the village has a wedding celebration, and due to some magical gingerbread, things get a little wild and a little loud. So I would like to party on in that scene in the little village. That'd be fun.
Your favourite character to write for?
I've got some really awful characters in After the Forest, and the baddies are always really fun. So I'll say maybe Huber, who's this awful character, and to be honest, Hansel isn't the nicest brother at times. So I had a lot of fun writing him as well.
An author who should be on our radar?
I'm going to say Margot Lanigan. She's an Australian author and she writes really beautiful fairy tale retellings. One of her books, Sea Hearts, is one of my most favourite books ever. It's stunningly beautiful. And I never hear very much about Margot, so I'm going to say Margot Lanigan.
And what's your current read?
Currently reading an arc of a new book coming out by H.J. Parry. I think she's a UK-based author. Yeah, amazing stuff. It's all about fairy lore, and it's like a dark academia with opening fairy doors into different worlds, and it's set during World War II. So it's like historical fantasy with fairy elements. It's fabulous. I'm reading that at the moment.
And what's your next read?
After that, I have another arc to read from an Australian author, and it's another fairy tale retelling, and I can't remember the name. But then I've been waiting to read Empire of the Damned by J. Christoph. That's on my to-read list. And also, what else have I got there? Hayley Scrivener's Dirt Town. I did an event with Hayley recently, and I finally bought Dirt Town. I must be the last person in Australia to read it, so I'm going to be reading that as well.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Oh. Maybe The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I know that's an older book, but I really love it. It's so clever, the structure, and I'd like to be surprised by that structure again. It's beautiful.
Your favourite genre?
Oh, well, I write historical fantasy, so I am torn between both of them. I love historical fiction and I love fantasy, so can I say two?
Your favourite trope?
My favourite trope? Oh, I'm really into the enemies to lovers trope at the moment. A bit of a romantic trope, but I can't get enough of reading books where they're enemies to lovers. I love it, so I'm going to say that. That'd be it at the moment.
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
I loved Grimm's Fairy Tales. I read, obviously, that's what I write now. I read a lot of fairy tales, and The Babysitter's Club. We all read them, didn't we?
Your favourite book when you were a teenager or series?
When I was a teenager, I didn't read as much when I was a teenager. I was one of those teenagers, and like so many, who kind of like dip off a little bit with their reading. But I did read Song of the Lioness by Tamora Pierce. I think I really loved that when I was a teenager. I think that's the right title. It's a bit of an older series now.
Your favourite book or series now?
Favourite book or series now? Oh, it's so hard to pick one. As I said, I'm in my ACOTAR stage, so I'm really enjoying Sarah J. Maas's books. I loved Fourth Wing. I've just read some amazing new fiction by Australian writers like Kate Forsyth's new book Psyche and Lauren Chater's new book The Beauties. So I've always got so many books that I'm loving right now. Yeah, it's great.
A book you suggest everyone should read or one you recommend?
A book everyone should read. I'll go back to the Time Traveller's Wife. I know it's an older book now, but I just think that's a really clever, interesting book, and it breaks my heart every time. So I'm going to say that one.
A literary character you absolutely adore or love?
A literary character. I've got a bit of a crush on Reese from ACOTAR. I'm not going to lie. And who else do I really love? There's I loved Gabe in J. Christoph's Empire of the Damned, that like really amazing sort of flawed character who you just love anyway, and all the characters in Joe Abercrombie's books. I love Grimdark, so all those flawed characters who make really bad choices and have regrets, because humans make bad choices and have regrets, right? So I like characters that that feel like we're like human like us.
A singer or composer you would love to see soundtrack or score your books?
Oh, I'm so into soundtracks and scores. I always write to music. So my most played composer would be maybe Thomas Newman or James Newton Howard. So I would like one of them to do my book.
Your favourite classic?
Classic book, Wuthering Heights. I reread that every few years.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Oh, Team Edward. Oh, yeah, Team Edward. I reckon the werewolves would be a bit BO-y and stinky.
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
I read something in a different genre. So if I'm in a slump, I'll pick up something like horror or something completely different, crime or horror. I mix up the genre. Yeah.
Favourite line you've written?
Oh, well, here we go. This is the one that I've been quoting today. You cannot keep a witch from her nature. Sooner or later, it will bite back.
Favourite scene you've written?
Favourite scene? I love the middle of After the Forest. I wove in some folklore and some secrets that were being revealed and high stakes drama. So, adding those elements together in the very middle, I love that scene. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so...
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
I'm trying to think who else is writing in a sort of early modern European sort of setting. I don't know.
If you could be transported into a book, which would you choose?
Maybe Outlander. I'd love to meet Jamie Fraser.
What book are you working on at the moment?
I'm working on my second book at the moment. It's a mashup of Cinderella and The Little Mermaid, set in the 18th century in France. So it's got lots of folklore, magic, witchery, mermaids, all that kind of stuff. So that's coming out in March next year.
If you could use 3 words to describe or sum it up, what would they be?
It would be revenge, sacrifice, and bad weather.
What's your most anticipated read?
Oh my God, I don't know, honestly. Look, I'm going to say Empire of the Damned, because that's been sitting on my bedside table for months, and one day I will get to it. That's what I hope to read this year.
What's your most anticipated read?
Oh God, if George ever finishes The Winds of Winter.
Your favourite read of the year so far?
I read, it's boring, I read Midnight in Peking, which is a true crime story set in pre-war Peking, Beijing. It's really good.
Of all your books, which would you like to live in or experience?
In my books, I write cyberpunk dystopias, so I don't know if I'd want to live in any. Maybe Ghost of the Neon God, but I'd have to be wealthy because it sucks for the poor.
Your favourite character to write for?
Of my own characters? Oh, Lin Vu is someone who won't leave me alone, and she's been in a short story, she's been in one of my novels, and she's in another novel that's coming out, and she's a hard-edged Australian Vietnamese gangster, and she won't leave me alone.
An author who should be on our radar?
Oh, who should be on your radar? If you're a horror writer, you should read Aaron Dries. He writes very queer Australian horror. If you like sort of urban fantasy, you should read Dan O'Malley. If you like queer historical fantasy, you should read Freya Marsk. All Australians. They're all actually from my Canberrans as well, so I'm cheating. But they're all great.
What's your current read?
I'm reading a Peter Temple crime novel, Black Tide.
What's your next read?
I'm reading Rainbow's End by Verna Vinci.
A book you wish you could read again for the first time?
Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro.
Your favourite genre?
It's changeable.
Your favourite trope?
My favourite trope is usually the anti-hero who's got this past that justifies that it opens your eyes as the story goes along, and it kind of justifies who they are and what they've been doing, you know.
Your favourite book or series when you were a child?
Oh, a really terrible series called The Amtrak Wars, which was a kind of a fantasy sci-fi fusion in post-apocalyptic America.
Your favourite book or series when you were a teenager?
I can't think of one.
Your favourite book or series now?
I like Joe Abercrombie's series is pretty good, and George R. R. Martin's Winter is good. I'd love to see, but yeah, they're probably my favourite series at the moment.
A book you would suggest everyone reads, or a book you recommend?
Watership Down. Read it, it's extraordinary.
A literary character you absolutely love or adore?
I can't think fast enough.
A singer or a composer you would love to see soundtrack or score your books?
He did Blade Runner. He's passed away. But if he could, Vangelis, yeah.
Your favourite classic?
Crime and Punishment.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Who are they?
How do you get out of a reader's slump?
A reading slump? No such thing. Oh, but I tell you what, I worked in aid for 3 years and I was exhausted at the end. I was really burnt out. I hadn't really read much in 3 years. And that's when I discovered George R. R. Martin. So when I came out, I read A Song of Ice and Fire, and all the books were out then. So I read them all back to back to back to back. And that got me out of the slump, actually, yeah.
Favourite line you've written?
Oh, I can't answer that because I've got so many good ones.
Favourite scene you've written?
It's not my favourite. This isn't my favourite scene, but I'm just talking to a reader about it. I've got an awesome sword fight in an Aliens novel with 3 synthetics battling each other. And it's not the best scene I've written, but it might be the coolest, you know?
Another book or series you could see your characters cameoing in?
Oh, Blade Runner.
If you could choose to be transported into any book, which would you choose?
I read too much dystopian novels. I don't think any of them would be good. I can't answer, sorry.
And what book are you working on at the moment?
I'm working on 2 books at the moment, but the main one is a cyberpunk novel with mecha and conspiracies and immersive video games, but I'm also writing a fantasy novel as well.
Okay, well, touching on both of those, if you could use 3 words for each to describe or sum them up, what would they be?
One is mecha. This is so hard. Japanese philosophical action. One. The second one, convict fantasy. Convict East. Oh, I can't do it.